Speaking of refreshing, speaking of taking a stand, speaking of just an amazing woman, we're gonna end today. We're gonna have the last story talking about another amazing woman from Ohio, my state, Joyce Beatty. Oh my gosh, this woman is a fucking hero. She is a hero to me. Um, I love it. So we're gonna watch this video from the Guardian real quick. The Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, Democrat from Ohio, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, was one of 9 people arrested during voting rights um, protests at the U.S. Capitol on Thursday. She was participating in a protest calling for the Senate to pass a sweeping election reform bill. The bill is passed the House in March, but is being held up in the Senate because of the Republican filibuster. Beatty and the others were arrested by Capitol Police for demonstrating in a prohibited area on Capitol grounds, said police. So yes, look at this. This is raw. Like this is so like it's just so classic. You know, it's so classic. It takes me back to just like just having, you know, the balls to stand up for something and saying this is what I believe in. And I completely agree with voter rights. And we're gonna get into that of why what she's fighting for and the reason why I completely stand beside this woman 110%. Um, and man, these guys look real uncomfortable. uh, so, um, so we'll go. Representative Joyce Beatty was detained by U.S. Capitol Police on Thursday while protesting for voting rights alongside other black women and black men. And a white guy I saw in the video at a Senate office building in Washington, D.C. Um, Representative Joyce Beatty was detained by U.S. Capitol Police on Thursday while protesting for voter rights alongside other black women in a Senate office building in Washington, D.C. Beatty, who is chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, tweeted a photo of herself being zip-tied by police with the message, "Let the people vote, fight for justice." 9 people were arrested for a legal demonstration in a prohibited area of the Capitol. According to police, 2 men and 7 women were brought into Capitol Police headquarters for processing. Fight for justice. So I, but now she stands for voting rights. She supports a bill for universal voting rights acts for every state. You know, just having um, access for felons to vote, um, having early voting, same day registration, just things that make it easier for people to vote. And I don't understand why this country fights against more people voting. But then when you stop and actually think about it, when more people vote, progressive ideas win. So at the end, so really, the more hopeless you can make someone feel and the more hoops you can make them jump through, because man, you know, sometimes you don't want to jump through hoops. You just want to go and vote. You just want to go and do what you can. And with a lot of people, it's hard. It can be hard because they look at it and they feel like it's an uphill battle, especially as a felon myself. You look at it and you think like it's an uphill battle, and what's the point of trying, and what's the point of battling? But you know, this is the stuff that gives me hope, because there's people fighting for us. It might be very few and far between. There's people fighting for us, so we need to fight too. You can't just let other people have all the glory. You can't just let have the people have all the credit. We got to get some for ourselves, right? We got to take it for ourselves, right? Look, honestly, I stand by her on this 100%. Um, and the For the People Act. I also and what you know, the fact that she's putting, you know, she put her freedom on the line for it. I'm sure she'll probably released the next day. I'm sure, but she took a stand. Not a lot of people can do that. She, uh, um. So yeah. Republican and state legislators across the country are pushing hundreds of bills to restrict voting. Such efforts have already become law in several states, including Georgia, Arkansas, and Arizona. Like these, we're going the opposite direction, and it's always against the poor and the minorities, because those are the people that are going to vote for change, because those are the people that need change the most. The rich don't care. It's status quo. So, I hope this is a step in the right direction. I hope that I hope it brings a lot of fight and a lot of spirit into people. Because I'll be honest, this story right here is something that made me want to do this. It's what it that I could do my part, no matter how small, and you can too.